Hi, Mrs. Blue. This is Christine Wright. I wanted to let you know that I will arrive for our appointment in about 30 minutes. Okay, see you then. Hi, Mrs. Blue. I'm Christine Wright with the CASA program.
Yeah, I know. Come in. Take a seat there.
I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I hope this isn't a bad time.
When is it a good time? Sorry, the house is such a mess. Miles was late to work as usual and just left without straightening up. Oh my, I told him to at least pick up his dirty clothes. And then he just leaves dishes on the table. Like, I need to get a new man.
I understand. Sometimes my husband gets on my nerves too. I appreciate your time, and I realize that we didn't have much time to talk after the last court hearing. I explained then what my role is as a CASA volunteer, but it would also be good for me to get to know you and see how things have been going. I've been appointed by the court to advocate for your son, Deshawn, and by the way, he is a beautiful little boy. I'm Deshawn's advocate, and I will submit a report to the court. I want to be able to offer the judge a good picture of who Deshawn is, who his family is, and what is in your son's best interest. Anything that you share with me can be shared with the court.
So, are you here to help me get Deshawn back?
I'm here to make sure that the court does what is best for Deshawn. To do that, I visit with everyone involved in the case. I would like us to get to know one another. I understand that you've been participating in a host of services to help your family, and so you're pretty busy. I came by last week, but no one answered the door or returned my phone calls. It is helpful to me in my role to visit with you on a consistent basis.
I'm sorry about last week. I must have been sleeping or at the neighbor's house. Look, I don't have a lot of time during the day between work and school, and I'm just always like mad about this court case.
I can understand why you're mad. This is a lot to handle, and I'm sure that it's caused a lot of stress. Do you have someone to talk to about your feelings, being angry? Have you considered counseling? That might be a good way to express your feelings.
Yeah, well, the social service agency sent me to a counselor for an evaluation. And I was there for hours. And they just asked me a whole bunch of questions about my childhood and when I met Miles and when I had Deshawn. And they set me up on another appointment and said they would talk more about my feelings that I've had about being angry and sad all the time. I don't know, I hope they can help me because I'm tired of feeling like I'm going nowhere. And most people would think I'm crazy anyway for talking to a doctor.
Well, it's a good thing that you were able to make the appointment with the counselor. Sometimes talking to someone else about a situation that bothers you can help you find ways to solve the problem. This is also getting you one step closer to reuniting your family. I talked with the caseworker, Ms. Morgan, and reviewed the case plan that outlines all of the services they expect you and Miles to complete before Deshawn can return home. Tell me more about your understanding of why Deshawn was placed in foster care and how things have been since the agency and courts became involved.
I mean, the people at social services feel like Deshawn can be raised by someone else and that we're too young, we don't know what we're doing. So now we have all these like services and demands on us, and I don't know what to do. And then Miles says it's all my fault because, oh, all I do is yell. But you know what? I wouldn't have to yell so much if he would just do what I tell him to do.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying. You think the Department of Child and Family Services took Deshawn because they think you're too young to parent him?
Yeah. I think that they don't like us because we're young. And that has nothing to do with Deshaun. Like, I know how to raise my baby, okay? Nobody needed to take him away.
How have the parenting classes and anger management sessions been going? Do you see any benefit in completing these services?
I go to parenting class on Monday and Wednesday afternoons up at the Family Education Center, and Miles takes the car when he goes to work, so if my friend can't take me, I usually take the bus. And when I first started going, I mean, I was mad and I didn't want to be there and I didn't really open up to anyone. But I mean, after a few weeks, I started telling them how much I love being a mom to Deshaun and just how much I miss him. We talk about being new mothers, creating a routine for babies, home safety, stuff like that, which I feel like most of it I already know, but I guess I have to be there regardless. The anger management sessions give me ideas on how to communicate without yelling and losing control of my emotions. I never saw myself enjoying it, but it feels good to talk it out. Miles can never get off of work to go, so I don't know what he's gonna do. He never listens to anything that I say, so I mean, if we don't get Deshaun back, it's gonna be his fault.
Well, it's great that you've been attending regularly and seem to benefit from the sessions. Encourage Miles to talk with social services about finding classes that he can attend according to his work schedule. Hopefully he will start attending as well. How have your visitations with Deshaun been going?
I mean, we love our baby, you know. Like, nobody needed to just take him away from us. But, you know, I guess some people just don't like the way we live our lives and just think that we can't take care of him. So now we get to see him, once a week at the agency? And, like, that's not enough. I mean, he needs to be with us. We're his family, you know. Every time we see him, it's like he's getting bigger, and sometimes I worry that he's forgotten about us. And it's been hard, you know, knowing that my baby is in some stranger's home. And I know that Miles is sad too, but he doesn't talk to me about it. I mean, we were both mad when it first happened, but now we don't talk at all. We just argue all the time.
Do you think there were other things going on that might have led to him being placed in foster care?
Other things like what?
The department reported that they had other concerns and asked that you and Miles complete a parenting class, anger management, and family counseling. Do you think you could benefit from family therapy?
Yeah, that's what they told us that we have to do, but I don't understand why. Like I said, I know how to take care of my baby, okay? No one is gonna keep me from him. No social service office, no court is gonna keep me from him, all right? And, you know, Miles and I have been together since high school, okay? Nobody can tell us how to get along. He just needs to do what I tell him to do and learn how to be a real man.
Have you considered meeting with social services or your attorney to go over the service plan and the reasons why Deshaun was removed?
I mean, maybe. I don't have time to be bothered with all this stuff. Like, it makes me mad that people can just come in here and judge me without even knowing me.
It sounds like you need a clear understanding of why the courts, social services, and the CASA program are involved. Is that correct?
Well, you know, at the last hearing, the judge said something about Deshaun being at risk. You know, we love Deshaun.
I might be able to offer some understanding as to how we came to this point. The court determined that Deshaun was in an unsafe condition because of the history of domestic disputes and also because social services tried to offer services, but neither you nor Miles participated in any of the recommended classes or family therapy.
Yeah, they said that stuff, but that doesn't mean that he was at risk. And I don't like talking to people about our problems and our feelings over and over again. Like, it just makes me more angry.
Talking things over with the social worker, at your parenting class, and with your counselor might really help. After more time goes by, you might be able to see the benefit for your family. What do you think?
Talking to all these people, I don't know, and saying the same thing over and over again. And then how do I know that they're not going to go tell somebody what I said?
I can understand why it might be difficult to trust in the system.
Yeah, who would trust them? Like when I was little, social services tried to take me from my family, but we moved out of the area so they would stop bothering us.
Do you feel that you have support from family and friends?
I mean, as far as my family goes, I have my sisters, and then Miles' family said that they would help us. And then I think the social service office assigned a therapist. I haven't called them yet.
Well, I understand how you feel, but following the case plan and the court orders is necessary in order for you to be reunited with Deshawn. And I know that's what you want. As I said before, my role is to advocate for Deshawn and make recommendations to the court on what is in his best interest. As of right now, I want to ensure that he is safe and in an environment where he can thrive. If you don't do what the court and the department have ordered, and at least attempt to change the things that put him at risk, it'll prolong things. One step you could take is to call the therapist.
So all I have to do is meet with the therapist.
It's not just meeting with the therapist. It's making a change in how you and Miles communicate, as well as how both of you parent Deshawn. You should contact your attorney, as well as Ms. Morgan, your caseworker, to get a better understanding of the services you've been referred to. Also, we want to see that Miles is engaged in changing as well. It's great that he's working, but he also needs to take this situation seriously and follow the court order and the case plan. The next court hearing is in 4 months, and the court will want to see if there's been any progress.
Are you going to tell the court what I said?
I will communicate my recommendations, and yes, I will provide details on our conversations. I hope that by the next time we meet, you will have made an appointment to attend family therapy, because it could improve your communication with Miles and help make you better parents for Deshawn.
I don't know. I just hope I can get all this stuff done in time and get my baby back. Can you see if I can have more visits with Deshawn?
I can talk to the caseworker, but you should call her to express your concern about the visitations and request additional time. Let's set up a time to meet again next month. You said Thursdays work for you, right?
Yeah, Thursdays are better.
Okay, then how about next month on the 17th, 2 o'clock p.m.?
That'll work.
Okay. I look forward to seeing you then. I'll call to confirm a day or two before. Take care, and here's my business card in case you need to call me before then.
Okay, I'll see you next month.